listening to that music there. Welcome to PRTV. I am Sam Spurs for Life. This is your preview show for the game, the only game this weekend that matters, the North London derby, Tottenham Hotspur versus Arsenal. Let's get into it. Sam Spurs for Life here, welcoming my guests in the house. We have, as usual, the only one. I'm just going to add them. Oh, can I add an individual? I should just all at once. I think I'm going to add them all at once. There you go. And look who we've got. Royalty on the show. As Jodi is appearing. Welcome, Sid. Welcome, Sean. And welcome, Jodi, to the stream. How you guys doing?
Yeah.
Good. That well. Oh, my God.
Well.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm buzzing. The no alcohol show is sponsored by Heineken Zero. We can't do this again, can we? No, we're not going to do it again. Right, so let's get serious on the show. So the preview is the game coming up Sunday, Tottenham versus Arsenal, revenge or repeat. Let's get into it then. Sean, revenge or repeat?
It's always revenge when we've lost at their place. It's repeat if we want to go back to May. It's just a game I don't. Do you know what? When the fixtures are published, I've said it before. The two ties you look for are when are we playing Arsenal, and they're the games you look forward to the most and you want over the quickest. Basically, you want them over with 3 points in your bags and the bragging rights. And Sunday will be no different. I'll be in the South Stand, cacking myself until the final whistle.
I'm not mingling with you lot in the South Stand. As I said, I'm in the posh end, West Stand. So I'll be enjoying myself there with a few sandwiches, maybe. I can't even have a champers or nothing like that because I'm not drinking dry January. Sid, what are you saying? What are you telling me?
I think I agree with what Sean says, but the problem this time around is they're sitting at the top. They're on fire. And we have to make it a fortress on Sunday. And we have to, like Sean said, we have to. I mean, I don't have any nails left anyway, but it's going to be one of them, isn't it? Where if it's not going right, then toxicity is going to be absolute mental in that stadium. I tell you that now. And somebody's going to have lots of bodyguards around him because, boy, because I'm just watching West London lot playing tonight and they've just signed a player yesterday and he's made his debut tonight already. Yet we're still dilly-dallying with, does he want to play? Does he want to come? Oh, I don't know. We've not matched his wages yet. We've not matched the fee. But Felix is starting for them tonight. So I'm just, I don't know. But it's a massive game on Sunday, like Sean said. Absolute massive.
And the best for last. It is.
Yeah.
Spursy, 1-4-1. Judge Jodi, our very own. Are you excited? Are you nervous? Are you all of the above?
I'm not feeling confident at all.
No.
We need to knock these guys down a notch, though. Honestly, like I think it's a must-win game. I mean, you guys both said it. Like we have to win this game, but I'm not feeling confident. I think the only thing giving me a little bit of like a hint of anything is Hazard will really want to be scoring those 2 very important goals, hopefully 3 in this game. I think we've got Kulu back as well. Hopefully, do we? I don't know.
Well, it depends. Has Conte said anything? We haven't obviously had the press conference. That's not till tomorrow.
Yeah.
Any official word? Our correspondent, Sean Hell, usually has all them sort of details. What are you telling me, Sean? Any news come out of Spurs regarding players' fitness and who's playing and who's maybe not?
I mean, there's lots of speculation that Kulusevski's might be available, but all I've seen him is training separately for the rest of the team. And if he's training separately for the rest of the team 2 days before or 3 days before the game, then, I don't know. There'll be mind games as well. There'll be mind games, there'll be both managers wanting to get one up on the other. So I hope he's playing for our sake, but, to me, the bigger miss is Bentancur, and he definitely looks like he's not playing. So
Basuma should be back though. Obviously, well, should be back. He will be back because he was suspended for last game. Jodi, in terms of that midfield for us, then, because we don't know any team news as yet, we have to wait for the press conference tomorrow. But we had to get this show done today. Who do you want to see in there? We've got the choice. We've got Skip in there. We've got obviously Højbjerg, who's got to start, in my opinion. But there's a choice now. Basuma's going to come back. I'm assuming he's going to be. But I like Pav. I do like what he's done. Skip, I'm not so sure at the moment. He's quite ready in terms of maybe confidence more so than anything else. But Pav, when he came on, looked half decent. But I'm not sure he's going to start. Definitely.
Yeah, I agree. I really like Sarr. I really like what I saw. I think depends. I don't know. I think playing Arsenal, I think they're going to be compact in the middle probably. So I don't know. Are we gonna go 3 in the middle potentially with Arsenal? I don't know, but no, probably not.
He ain't doing 3 in the middle. If he's not done 3 in the middle now, and he's only forced to do it because he has to, it's not happening. He's got enough midfielders. I think the fact that Gil's kind of come to a bit of prominence has helped us now, because if Kulusevski comes back, at least we've got a little bit of a glimmer that Gil can come on or maybe change, not necessarily change game, but maybe impact a little bit in terms of what he does. It's the midfield. Bentancur's a massive miss, and he's definitely out, right, Sean?
There's no one is saying that he's playing Sunday, so for me that's going to be a big miss.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think I've read that he's not quite there yet, and there's no noise coming out at all with Bentancur, unless that's the surprise that you're talking about, Sam, where keeping it coy and then bringing him and saying, "Yep, he's playing." But I'm like, it's not going to happen.
The thing I'm thinking of, because again, in the cup game that Arsenal played against Oxford, Saka came off. I've not heard anything. There's been stum, no words. Whether or not he is playing, I reckon he is, because that's what Arteta does. The press conferences tomorrow are going to be very telling, because he's a bit shifty, is that Arteta cone, man. His eyes always do this darting thing when he gets asked questions. He's lying. I can tell when he's lying. So when he says, you'll be doing all this, Saka's not fitting out, and I know he's going to play. Of course he's going to play. If he had one leg, Saka's playing. He's the best player. So I'm not having none of that mind games from Cone Man. Anyway, if we play 2 in the middle without Kudi, we will get whacked. He won't see the best of Basuma until Conte has left. I hate to think that. Harry Kane. Sean, I know you wanted to have a little bit of a Harry Kane moment. Do you think he'll get these goals? It's going to break the record, obviously. It'll be an ideal time Sunday to break that record. If he had them glasses, he could do that old thing where he takes the glasses off and throws it. But I don't think Son's going to do that if he scores. But we'll see. What are you looking forward to from Harry Kane? Because I think he's going to do it on Sunday. My score predictions will tell you that in a little bit.
I think he's at least going to equal the record on Sunday. Yeah, I mean, the history says he scores in this match all the time. If Arsenal get reckless, which we managed to make them be last May, there's a penalty opportunity coming out of those central defenders, because they've never been put under a great deal of pressure, and I think we did give them some problems in the first match. Believe it or not, I was reminded today it was actually 1-1 at half time in that game, but it took the recklessness of Emerson Royale to really hand the game away. But I'm looking forward to it. I think Harry will at least equal the record. To break it would be nice. It would give us 2 goals, but we'll see.
Jodi, your favourite player, Emerson Royal, isn't nice son. He's a hilarious son. I'm only joking. He needs to come to the party on Sunday. He's looks like he's got a bit of confidence with the goal he scored in the 4-0 win against Crystal Palace. But we see him when he got his hat-trick, he didn't kick on from there. So is Sunday. It's critical. If we don't have Son playing at least 80, I've said to someone, he's got to be 80, 85% at least. But we've got Harry Kane. But we need Son as well. Kulusevski, he's not going to be 100% fit. Well, no, sorry. He's going to be 100% fit, but not 100% match fit. We need Son, don't we?
Oh, 1,000%. Come on, Son. Come on. I gave you 7 in my player ratings last week. You didn't deserve it, by the way. So you need to step up. Yeah, he has to. I don't know. I'm sick of talking about Son, to be honest.
No.
Not really. I love the guy, but it's just what's going on with him, you know? If he doesn't show up in a game like this, yeah, but we got major issues, right?
We have. I just think that the players. We'll get into the preview and look at some of the stats, but it's at home. North London derbies. The form again is a bit of a cliche. Goes out the window, particularly in these games, because I've seen some wild games in North London derbies when we've been like 14th or whatever, and Arsenal's been flying high, and also vice versa when they haven't been doing too well. I remember that game during the COVID period as well, when we thought, oh, we're going to whack this lot, and we didn't. So it's going to be interesting. I'm going to get some of these preview stuff up, and then we can have a little bit of a chat about it. Right then, I got what's going on? Got things on the
wrong show.
No, I don't want that.
Oh.
That's what are you saying? Who said that? Sean?
Me.
Oh, but you're either munching or you're talking in the background. What's going on? Anyway, sorry. League table as it stands. Them lot top 17 games played, 44 points. Manchester City 17 games played, 39. We really need City to win that Manchester derby, I think. Then comes Manchester United with 35 points. Then us, 33 points. Oof. Tight at the top. Not tight at the top. Tight in those middle places here because, as I said, Liverpool closing in behind. And Fulham, oh my God. They could go for 6. Jesus Christ. Looking at the table. Over this weekend, we are going to have these games. Fulham Chelsea tonight, obviously kicked off already. What's the score? 0-0 still, I hope.
0-0.
Aston Villa Leeds tomorrow. Then Manchester United, Man City Saturday. Brighton, Liverpool, Everton, Southampton, Nottingham Forest, Leicester, Wolves, West Ham, Brentford, Bournemouth. And the only thing that matters is moving on to Sunday, not the Chelsea Crystal Palace, but obviously Spurs, Arsenal right at the bottom, Newcastle, Fulham as well on Sunday. Sid, what results do we need to have? If we're just looking at ourselves, do we not worry about the table at this stage now? Do we just get into what we need to do, focus on us, or have we got a bit of an eye on Man United, a bit of an eye on Liverpool, even a bit of an eye on Fulham?
If you're only going to look at the table, then you might as well forget playing because we're playing catch up now. United, Liverpool were miles behind us. United have overtaken us. They're playing City at the weekend, so hopefully we want them to get beat. But the way City are playing at the moment, that game, I think I'd put United favourites because they're on a better roll than Man City. And look at City yesterday as well. They weren't that firing. Liverpool, Brighton, that's going to be a good game. So hopefully Brighton will do us a favour. And then obviously you got Newcastle, Fulham. That'll be a good game as well. So you know what? We've just got to win our game. I'm not really that bothered about the rest of them. I'm just mentioning, what could happen. But we've just got to win our game because A, it brings us back, hopefully back into the top 4. B, it gives us a little bit of confidence again going into the next game. And most importantly, we defeat them lot down the road. Shut them up for a while. You know what I mean? And
that's all that matters. I really couldn't care less about any other results this weekend. I don't care if Man United whacks Manchester City. I don't care if Chelsea do whatever they do. I don't even care if Liverpool win. I just want to beat them lot. If we beat them lot, I'm happy. We can do with all the other stuff afterwards. Looking at some of the other fixtures then, Jodi, just have a look. What kind of takes your fancy there, apart from our game, obviously?
Brighton, Liverpool, I think could be quite a tasty one. Yeah.
I'm obviously looking at that Manchester United derby.
Yeah, I think those two.
Yeah, that Manchester derby is going to be a good game. 12:30 kickoff as well. So we'll see. We shall see. Moving on. Let's move on. Sean, last 5 games. Form guide for the teams. Arsenal drew with Newcastle, but apart from that, 4 wins on the trot. Us a bit shakier. Good result against Crystal Palace, 4-0, but mixed bag of results. 2-0 loss to Aston Villa at home, 2-2 at Brentford, which I think was a decent result in the end. Could have been a bad one. And a 4-3 against Leeds as well. Another result we had to pull out, and then we lost to Liverpool. So we're going into this a little bit shaky. Does it matter?
No. It never matters. It doesn't matter, because
that's what I wanted to hear.
Because as you said, history has shown us that we could be, scuttling along in the mid-table, and it comes up against Arsenal. We managed to produce a performance. I was listening to the View from the Lane podcast before I come on here, and they were talking about the League Cup semi-final. When we beat them 5-1 at our place, we were, scrabbling along, and Arsenal were doing quite well, and we absolutely murdered them. It's about on the day, and this is why I like having local players, locally produced players in our team, the likes of Kane, the likes of Skip, and that, who know what this fixture means. They know what this fixture has meant since they were 9 years old, and they will get it through to their foreign compadres that this is the game you put everything on the line. You put everything on the line for this game. And do you know what? If we lose, but we leave everything on the pitch, then it's the least you can ask. But I want us to win, and I want us to win well, and I want Kane to break his record, and I want them empty seats at 60 minutes like it was in May.
I'm sorry.
I'm not asking for much, but I want them to turn up. I don't want the quietness of the first 20 minutes. I want our fans noisy. I want them up and about them. I want our fans in their faces every time they're getting a throw in down that sideline. I want the fans stood up and giving it to them in their face. This is the big game. This is the one that counts.
I'll be honest with you. I don't give a toss how we play on Sunday. I just want to win. We could play brilliantly. And Luke, I'm not happy with that. I don't care. I just want to win. Whether it's a scrappy goal, whether it's no goal, I just don't care. Because if they win, I think that pretty much seals us from even thinking about going. I know it's going to be a tough anyway, but there's a shakiness that people are thinking Arsenal are going to have because of potentially players in their squad. They haven't got the deepest of squad. They have been known in the past to kind of get to January time and start to kind of get a little bit cold. You see the players wearing leg warmers and scarves and all the rest of it because it's Arsenal. But we just can't lose from Sid. What's the crowd going to have to do to make sure that we stay with the players? Because the players, what I found is we ain't started games well, and that every time I've been there, it's very quiet. Apart from that European night when it was just fantastic, it's not been the best of atmospheres for games this season.
I think it's a North London derby. Don't need to say anything else. You know what? Like Sean said, results going into this game means absolutely nothing because we've been there where we've been top. They've been crap. They've beaten us. And it's been vice versa. Now it's their time to be at the top on form, and it's us lot to spoil the party. And we're at home, so the crowd is going to be well up for it because no Tottenham fan wants to see them where they are at the moment, right? Simple as, because they're gloating away.
I don't think any fan of any football club wants to see them.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I mean, 2 games on the trot now, they've been fined for the players for inciting whatever. I mean, Oxford United, they were giving grief to Oxford United. That sums them up. But as regards to the stadium, I think it's going to be rocking. It is going to be rocking an hour before kickoff. People are going to get there early. Yeah, and just remember, if you're bringing your grandparents, children, wives, be careful, yeah, because those Tottenham fans, we've got no morals. We beat anyone up. We'll beat anyone up. And the Arsenal fans, I've said it before and I've tweeted it as well. If you're going to come on an escort, make sure you bring plenty of condoms, yeah, because you'll need them to go.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But,
I'm just trying to find my avatar. There we go. I thought I was something missing in my avatar. I like that one.
But yeah, I think stadium's going to be rocking from the beginning to the end. And if we get that early goal, then like Sean said, come what may, what happened in May, it could happen again. So I think everyone's going to be behind them. Everyone's going to be behind them.
Right then, let's look at the season comparison. And it's interesting reading because going further down in the stats, obviously they're top, we're 5th. They've won 14 games to our 10, drawn 2 to our 3, lost 1 game that was Manchester United defeat. But the average goals scored per match, that might interest you. Not too much difference in it. 2.35 to them, 2.06 to us. Average goals conceded, the less than the goal again. We're approaching 1.5. But clean sheets again, 5 to 8. There's a few things in here from me from a stats perspective that if we just cleaned up, mistakes, biggest thing, we cannot afford to make mistakes in areas of the pitch which is going to be costly, i.e. Hugo Lloris dropping, Dyer kicking the ball into someone's, or just miss-kicking, whatever. We can't have any of that. We need to be fully focused. Spursy, which is the unfortunate name that you've given yourself, Jodi.
I know, right? It's not the best. Not the best. But hey, that's what we are.
That's what we are. We are definitely Spursy. But again, we've touched on it already. Looking at all them stats, it doesn't really matter. What's the most important thing for you for the players? What have they got to do? I don't mean just play football and win, but going into it, what's their mentality got to be?
I want them to show passion and intensity and fight this game, because so many North London derbies they've showed up. They haven't had that. I think we only really got it because we picked up the red card in the home game in May. But I mean, I know Son was throwing elbows around during that game, but I want a lot of that in this game. Like, it's a North London derby. These guys have got to show up, and they've got to actually deserve to show that they want to be there and fight for it, because I have not seen that for a very long time from these guys. So,
do you know something, Jodi? You know what you just said about showing up, yeah? There's one player I'm really worried about this Sunday showing up.
Son.
And that's Romero. No, Romero, because if he does what he's been doing recently, he's going to go in for an early bath, because apparently, what's his name? The referee, innit? Tottenham's favourite referee's the referee, innit? Howson.
Is he reffing?
Apparently so, yeah.
Oh, game on Sunday?
Yes.
Oh, fucking hell.
Exactly. Exactly. That's why I'm worried. I'm worried for Romero.
Yeah.
I'm concerned about the whole thing.
Oh, Fulham have just scored, by the way.
He doesn't like Spurs. That clip of him when Manchester City scored the goal again. Was it Man City?
Yeah.
Ooh, Sean. The referee, we don't want it to come down to any sort of decision. We don't want VAR to be involved, but this is the kind of game where I just think there's going to be some controversy. There always usually is. I just hope it's not a refereeing one. But when I heard that Craig Paulson, do we just have to kind of forget that? And I'm going to show you these results because this should help focus us a little bit better. The results against Arsenal, recent meetings, obviously the 3-1 loss to them. But we go back to the game, 3-0, May 22, obviously. Then before that, the 3-1, we lost them again. 2-1 to them at their place. But as you can see, there's a bit of a pattern there. They don't win at ours, we don't win at theirs. Is that pattern to continue come Sunday?
Yes.
Yes, people. Yes. This is what I'm saying.
They haven't won since we've moved to our new stadium, including 2015 pre-season friendly.
Wasn't it? I think was it 2015? Their last home.
Yeah. Well, that was at the old lane. They haven't won it. They haven't won at the new lane, and it's not going to start Sunday.
I'm actually buzzing. You know, this no drinking thing is quite good because, like I said, I wake up. I've been doing it as well. I'll tell you this as well. It's good. This is a bit of a side note. This doesn't really matter about the show. Intermittent cold showers. It bloody wakes you up in the morning. I did it for the last 5 days, and this is probably why I'm a little bit hyper because I'm all right. It's going to be a great weekend of matches. North London derby and Manchester derby same weekend.
And you've also got You've also got Midlands derby in Forest and Leicester as well. So that's
a big game actually. It would have been bigger if it was Derby Forest, but yeah, Forest Leicester. I'm sure David will have something to say about that. I don't want to see passion. I want to see his ability and composure and players who can pass the ball 5 yards without it ending 15 yards from their target. Well, point taken. I think he's probably right with that one. Look at the head-to-head. Want to see that? What do you think it is? Played 61 games against them in the Premier League. What do you think it is?
They've won considerably more than what we have.
Considerably more.
Well, look, I think so. I think it's about
60%.
60-70% they've won, yeah.
Hey!
There you go. Total wins, 23 to Arsenal, 15 to us. But I think it's the home wins. And this is what we've touched on already. 13 home wins, 18 home wins for them, 2 away wins, and 5 to them. So you would have thought if Arsenal, who keep shouting our way, you're not our rivals, we don't even consider you. They've only beaten us 5
Remind
times.
them of that every time. They used to say, you don't mean anything. You don't mean anything. And now look at them. Look at them now.
You know what it is? But it's like that song, isn't it? You to me are everything, the greatest thing that I can see. Oh, baby.
We missed that. I think people were calling for the song on Tuesday whenever we did the show, but we didn't get it. David, why are you going like, I don't know, David. You're not really helping the cause today.
David is off his happy pills. He's been like that for the last 3 weeks.
Not. He has been off his happy pills, isn't he? He's not been happy
He was even critical of us beating Palace. I mean, good God, David. I know things are bad in Leicester, but they're not that bad.
Dave, it's not that bad. God dear.
Leave David alone.
No, because he gave us grief last time. He said that we were negative and all that, and then now he's doing this. I'm going to put it up again for you, David. I'm getting full negativity tonight, and I hope that I'm talking out of my bum.
That is an old Sid, old Darius line, isn't it?
Going full negative. Hold on a second.
Who?
Hold on a second. If we're going back to the Crystal Palace game, negativity? Who was the one that got the score right? Let's get that right. The win. Who said the win?
Who got the score right?
Was it you,
Sid?
It was me. When these two Mr. Negatives were going for a draw, I'm sure they both said draws.
Well, based on the game against Villa, yeah.
Have faith in your team. George Michael.
Sid, no, you don't start talking with hindsight. You thought, I know your game. You did get that. You did say 2-1.
Jodi, top of the league. Jodi,
Are you
top of the league.
He's top of the league. He's top of the league. We'll put the scores up. Unfortunately, Spursy, Jodi, you're not on here because you ain't predicted those scores.
Guys, I do. I send them
I need
through.
that to go to VAR because I'm sure I take the lead because I got the score right.
No.
I'm top of the league and you're no.
I got the score right the other day.
I'm top of the league and you're no.
You said 2-1.
I thought you were shy and I'm actually right because I'm top of the league and you're
You
no.
both said draw and I said Tottenham to win.
Yeah, 2-1, but you get a point for that. You didn't correctly get the score, did you? We won 4-0. You got the correct result, which is 1 point and 1 point for Kane scoring. You see what? This is what I'm saying about Sid. He's trying to come in here and take points that he's not deserved. I'm the one who should be moaning because I only got 1 point. Sean's still top with 28. You now, Sid, are clearly in second place, pulling away from me, 1 point behind the maestro at the top, and me languishing in third place of 3, which is not very good at all. Jodi, I need you to join this game. So we're going to add you to this one, and I'm going to add you to this table at the end. I'm not even going to put a handicap on. I'm just going to say it's after 18 games or 19 games. So starting with you, score predictions, Mrs.
All right. I'm not confident about the game, but it's a North London derby, so I'm going to go big. I'm going to say 3-2 to Spurs. I'm going to say 2 goals to Harry Kane, 1 to Højbjerg, and 2 goals to Arsenal. Can't trust the defense. So,
so Kane times 2.
Yep.
And who else?
Højbjerg.
Say? PH.
It's going to pop up with a cheeky little goal.
I've wanted Perisic to pop up with a cheeky little one, but he hasn't done it so far as yet. We'll leave the maestro till second to last. I'm going to go before you, maestro. But Sid next. Sid, score predictions.
You go, Sam. Go on. You go.
Okay, fair enough. 3-1. I'm going for the reverse of the last fixture. I think the only problem with us is I just don't think we'll keep a clean sheet, even with the determination that the players should have. I always fear that Arsenal have got goals in them anyway. But looking at them stats, they're not that much more than us. So 3-1 is what I'm going for. Kane double. Can't mess about. Got scores to predict here and scores to points to win. And Son. I'm going with our double up there. Our two best, I suppose the 2 best players. Kane 2, Son 1, 3-1. Sam. So Sid, before we get to Maestro, it's you.
Do you know what? Honestly, it's one of them games, isn't it? And I totally agree with what David is saying in terms of if we play like that first half we did against Crystal Palace, yeah, they'll absolutely.
Hold on a second. The first 25 minutes we were on top.
No, we were. Doesn't matter.
Palace, we were.
They were.
Yeah. You know what? You all lot, every one of you lot thought, what's his name, had a cracking game as well. And I don't know what game you lot were watching.
Said you were
What's
not.
his name?
I'm telling you, everyone was on it on Son. And I'm like, what's he done? He's not done anything spectacular. But anyway,
This guy.
look, it is what it is. You got. I was honestly, I was just sat there watching. I'm like, what are these games? What game are they watching? And I'm looking for highlights, and I'm like,
apologies about that. Sorry.
I'm like, what's going on? And then Mike and Jodi were like, oh, he's having a top game. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Anyway, it's going to be a tough game. And I think a lot depends on, like you said, the mind game, Saka, Kulusevski, Bentancur, people like that. Defensively wise, Saka, their top three are firing, aren't they? And against our back three, it's a bit of a mismatch. And I'm just worried for Romero because I can see him getting sent off because some of them tackles he's going to be making, it's going to be, and that's the problem. But I still think we're going to beat him. I think we're going to beat him.
So after all that, you still, we're still going to.
It's called the shit sandwich, isn't it?
It's
That
not
was a proper shit sandwich with probably mayo on top of that as well. What was going on there, Sid?
Salad
Go on, then. What's the score?
A bit of gravy as well.
Score.
But I think it'll be. Do you know what? Is it going to be a high-scoring game? Yes. And I'm going to go with. You're going to like this one. I don't know why, but I'm going with. We're not going to score more than 3 goals anyway. I'm still going to go 3-2 as well. I'm going to go with Jodi saying 3-2 to Tottenham.
Scorers?
Friggin' hell. Crouch, Robbie Keane.
And Gareth Bale.
I was going to say Gareth Bale as well. Rafa van der Vaart.
Van der Vaart.
No, calm down.
I think it'll be Kane, Kulu, and Kulusevski. Kane, Kulu, and Son.
Kane, Kulu, Son. I guess we got it. Maestro, it's your turn. What are you telling me, Sean, in your predictions, since you are 1 point clear and 4 points clear of me?
I think it will be 2-1.
2-1.
And Kane and I'm trying to think of a centre-back scoring from a corner.
Ooh.
Why not Dyer? Why not Eric Dyer?
Oh,
why not?
Sure.
Longley. I'm sure Longley's one of the best headers.
True, good goal he scored in Marseille, didn't he? Yeah.
I'm trying to give you points here, mate. You know what I mean?
No, I'm going to stick with Big Eric. Big Eric likes scoring against the Arse, so yeah.
So Dyer.
Dyer and Kane to equal the record of the great Jimmy Greaves. Rest in peace.
Cool.
Sean, can I ask you a question?
You can ask me any question. Whether you'll get an answer is another matter.
We'll only concede 1 goal against Arsenal.
Yeah, I do too.
You are the second top scorer so far in the Prem.
Yeah, but look at
who they played. Who they
played?
played?
Let's not get too negative down here, because like I said,
who've they played? Come on.
I've said we're going to.
We're not even halfway through the season. We're not even at Christmas yet.
Let's put up some here. Here we go.
True.
This is what I wanted to show you about Arsenal. They've got 40 goals. We've got 37. Come on.
Yeah, but look at how many
Harry's got.
Harry's got 30 of them. No, that's not true. That's not true. We've scored 37 goals. They've scored 40. Yeah, they've only conceded 14, and that's the problem. We don't seem to be able to get away with clean sheets very often, but we've had 5. They've had 8. It's just mistakes at the back for me. That's the biggest thing. If we can cut them out defensively, we are okay, because I said we play in a certain way that if you can keep a clean sheet, the second half is always better. First goal, we get that first goal. I think
first goal's important. Yeah, definitely.
I think it's a result for us, but
it's consistency.
We don't get the first goal. Yeah, we don't get the first goal. We're always going to be up against them.
Where do you think? I know you're going to, apart from Kane, obviously, because he scores the goals, but if we're looking at stats and everything going into this game, where do you think the game's going to be won? What part of the section? The back, middle, or the front? Wide
areas, in my opinion. And in the front, number 10 position as well, because that's where, what's his name? Okay, there's a couple of things. I won't be too long. Because they play with a certain system, they bring Shevchenko into the midfield, and then they'll put Gabriel into a left-back position, which means if they do that, our wing-back's got to be very, very high. Son, whoever's playing on the right-hand side can take care of Shevchenko going inside, but they've then got
Zinchenko,
same thing.
I think I could take care of Shevchenko.
Zinchenko then. Same thing.
Fat and
but if he's in midfield, they've got to make sure that they get an option in there. But that means our wide players, because of our system, the 3-4-3, that's where we're going to get joy. If the likes of Doherty or Emerson or potentially Spence or Doherty or Emerson, because Spence ain't playing, they need to make sure that they get as high as possible and make sure they join in the attacks. We can't be too defensive if they're going to play that way. They may change their tactics, but it's all about them getting to grips with the numbers in the middle, and we can do that by deploying people in certain ways. But we've got to make sure that we use them wide areas as well.
Yeah. What about you two? What do you think?
It's going to be one on in the wide areas, yeah.
Wow, Jodi.
I don't know. Now I'm liking that. Centre back kind of situation. maybe popping up with a cheeky little header or something like that. Something crazy. Someone doing something really crazy.
Do you want to change your scorers? Is that what you're trying to? Is that what you're alluding to?
Nah.
Do you know the saddest thing about a score prediction is that I can't say Son's going to score.
I don't know.
We can't give it the bad juju though. We got to.
Yeah. The trouble is, he's not been good.
No,
he's just not been good.
That mask is not helping him though. Let's be honest.
Come off the hour, come off the man, and hopefully on Sunday that could be the hour.
Yeah, I mean, no one will jump out of their seat higher if Son scores on Sunday.
Can I throw something out there?
Son.
Can I throw something out there to you guys? This might be a little bit of a. I'm going to throw it out there anyway. Would you consider, if you was Conte, resting Son, playing Gil, and putting Kulusevski on the right-hand side as he would normally do?
I just don't think Son's dropping. I don't think they're going to drop Son. I don't think Son's going to be dropped. It's just not.
I agree.
He said that, and I think he picks himself with Kane, doesn't he? His number 1 and 2 in that team. But I personally think the game's going to be won in the middle. And if Xhaka, Odegaard, and Partey are on it, they're going to swallow our midfield up, I think. If them three are on it.
For me, it depends on if Saka plays, because they play through Saka and they play through Martinelli, both those wingers. That's why I'm saying in the wide areas, if we get to grips with it, it will force them inside, but we've got to deal with that. They want to go into Saka because that's where their creativity comes from. Yes, Odegaard does pop up, but usually it's if Saka's done something, beaten a man, and then it's him on the edge of the box. So we've just got to take care of them wide areas from a defensive point of view, but we really have to be attacking when we have possession. And those wing backs have got to get as high as possible. So that's why Doherty, for me, is probably likely to play. Perisic will definitely play because Sessegnon,
No, he's not going to cut it.
Sessegnon's done, mate. He's
gone.
And I hope he doesn't start on Sunday. I just hope he doesn't put a curveball in and put him in. He's got to start with Perisic. He's got to. If he starts with Sess, man, it's going to be a problem.
Just reply back to United. I didn't say that's what I wanted. I just said Woods. I was asking people.
It's never going to happen, that one, Sam. Never.
No, it's not ever going to. I know that. If it's never going to happen in a million, not with the North London derby, no chance. Not a chance. But if whatever they've seen in training, I'm assuming that Conte's had enough time. Well, he has had enough time to prepare this team for Sunday. So we know that he's a meticulous person when it comes to his patterns of play, when it comes to where players need to be. They've had enough time to work on it. So in my opinion, there is no excuse. This is why I'm looking to this game and thinking it's a battle of the players' wills, but it's also a battle of the tactics from both these managers. Coleman's proved that he can actually put something together. He's not just on the Sabutio. He can actually put things together. So do you know what I mean? We have to be careful.
But Sam, their one tactic seems to be build down the left and then switch to the right for Saka.
Yeah, that's
as long as you cut that out, as long as you cut that service out to Saka, then I think
also got to maintain
to it. The real problem for us is our right back position. Surprise!
You'll be all right.
What a surprise!
What our groundsman needs to do 2 things on Sunday. He needs to put a fence around the away dugout. And he also needs to put a trap hole, because if he tries and comes out of that dugout, he falls straight into that trap hole and not come back into the stadium.
At that time when Mourinho fell down the pitch. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Heineken 0%. It's great.
Them cold showers.
Jodi, final thoughts from all of you. Starting with lovely Jodi. I like that haircut, by the way. It's nice.
Oh,
it's nice.
thanks.
See, I noticed some things. None of them two didn't. You noticed that. It's only me. That's yeah. Final thoughts.
We got to smash them. We got to show up. We got to show up. We got to have intensity. We got to fight. We've got to smash them. Like, I'm not confident. I'm very scared. But
so we're gonna smash them. I'm not confident. What?
I'm not as confident as I was last year with this Arsenal team. I got to be honest. I don't want to give them any credit because they've got enough going on up there, but they are playing well. We've got to. Yeah. I'll never say that again. So we're gonna win 3-2. We're gonna win.
Never say it on this show or channel ever again. Sean, Mr. Hell, glory, hallelujah, maestro.
Yeah, it's a tough game. You know, you never look, as I say, on the day, you never look forward to it. The closer it gets to kick off, the more nervous I'll become. But, you know, I'm going to do my bit. I'll be singing, I'll be shouting, I'll be encouraging. And obviously it'll be interesting at 3:30 when the team sheet gets announced, you know, who exactly is playing. You might have a better idea then of how it will go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I expect us to win. We're at home.
Right. Like the Paxton Road TV hat as well, representing. Sid?
Well, they better shape up, because I need my cane, because my heart is set on a win. That's it.
That's it. That's your final thoughts.
That's what
We're 0-0 at half time. Are you going to the games then?
I am, yeah.
We're 0-0 at half time. You gotta go on you gotta try and get into the.
I know. I'm gonna have to go into that dressing room and try and get into that time. Or take it off what's it COYS and try and get the team. Yeah, I think I should do that. But I'm only coming in at half time anyway. We've decided we're coming in at half time. We're not watching the first half.
Yeah.
Luckily for me, I don't have to travel back that same day because I'm working down south. So regardless of the result, I don't have to have that 3-hour journey back of either euphoria or just depression. So for me, the players have to turn up, but I just want them to make sure they win the game. Ultimately, we've played well. We've played badly this season. We've played in between. It's about results at this moment in time now. We can't afford, with the teams that are around us, and because they are that far ahead, we just can't afford a draw. A loss is unthinkable, but a draw is almost as unthinkable as well. But I'm hopeful, because we're at home, that we'll take care of them. And the crowd, that is one of the biggest things. We have to be with the players throughout the game from start, even if they're not playing well, even if they don't go out in the first 15 minutes and attack them like we never do. But we've got to stay with the players and make sure that we get that first goal. That's the most important thing. Get the first goal. Coach with the best PPG under Enoch, AVB 1.91 per game. So points per game, AVB.
Surely Conti's better than that.
Well, this is according to David Clark, and he's Mr. Positivity, isn't he? So, do you know what I mean? David knows.
I think he needs to get back. I know it's difficult to get a GP appointment down there. And he needs to go get some more of those happy pills he used to be on.
But you know what, guys and girls?
Yeah.
In all honesty, though, we're talking about this making so much noise at the stadium, this, that, the other on Sunday.
Yeah.
Sean, you've been. Sam, you've been. Do you really think Sunday is going to be any different to any other game?
Yeah,
it will be.
Yeah, 1,000%.
It's Arsenal.
It's Arsenal.
Yeah,
it will be different. The trouble is, we don't do it against the likes of Brentford.
That's what I'm saying.
Or
exactly.
You know,
but
our fans. You know, they have to be. You know, it's always the team first, then the fans, and that really annoys me. That really annoys me because they need to feel the support. They need to feel the warmth of the fans. And they don't get it until they do something, and you know. But they will get it on. They will get it on Sunday because this fixture means everything.
Because last May when they came to our place, it was exactly the same, weren't it? Where the doubters were out, blah blah blah, But when it came to match day, boy, did we put them in their place. Did we put them in their place? And if we get that atmosphere on Sunday, then it's going to be mad.
Yeah.
I think the players will, obviously the motivation will be there. It is a case of now just going out and getting the result. Conte will not want to have a double done by Coneman. That will be embarrassing. No chance. Final thing, Filio, or is that Filio or Philo? Philo 1, 2, 3. Form goes out the window in the North London derby. We need to be the 12th man on Sunday. Come on, you Spurs. I think that is how we should end the stream. Guys, Jodi, thank you very much for appearing. It feels like, I don't know what it feels like. Christmas? Special,
Gang's
isn't
back
it? It feels...
together again.
Unfortunately, you're not going to get... You get tickets to the game for Sunday?
No.
Oh, you should have been sponsored by Heineken 0. Then you might have been able to get tickets.
If anyone has any tickets, just saying.
All right. Thank you, Jodi. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Sid. It has been a pleasure. We're going to have to work out what we're going to do about the reaction show because I'm not sure we can get it done Sunday just due to travel and all the rest of it.
Sunday, because I'll be home.
Oh, we can do it then. Oh, you can do it.
Yeah, and then you can come on.
Yeah, because I've not got a rush. I'll do it in my car.
Has Lenny Henry sorted out the internet yet?
No, I'll do it on my 4G. I ain't taking them Premier in risks anymore. I'm doing it on 4G in my car. So yeah, I'll do it like that. Sean?
I can't guarantee where I will be post-match on Sunday. Last time I've even done it from the bus on the 253. So
I remember, yeah, you did.
Yeah, I don't know whether I can trust that with all them youths behind me giving it the loudy, you know.
Just make sure you don't.
I'll see where I am.
No popcorn. That's enough now. Time to go. Thank you again. Oh, we've got comments. David, what's he saying? I've got some electrical work at my son's house. I may miss the game. Mr. Positivity, David today is on fire.
No, he's going to light the spark before the game starts. Don't worry.
Man. That's it then. Right.
Watch Jodi Monday.
Sorry. Before we do go, Jodi, because I didn't have, I should have. Solo screen. Tell people about the show that's coming up.
So Judge Jodi will be happening Monday night, hopefully with Mr. Maestro Sean Hurl. We'll see. Not sure what time yet, but look out for Paxton Road, probably 8 o'clock Monday night. All the players should be getting 10s because they're going to have a phenomenal game. So
Judge Jodi on Monday. Cool. That's it.
That's
We're
me.
out. I think that's it. We haven't got any. We've kind of dispensed with the transfer window because it's bollocks anyway. We don't ever do nothing. So we're not got any transfer shows coming up, Sid. Unless you want to tell the viewers anything that you know before we go.
Yeah, we're in talks. We've had conversations. It's happening. It's nearly happening. We're getting there. Anticipated. It's happening. We're getting fuck all.
I think it's time to go. All right, then. We'll see you, folks.